Call to order this Board of Education meeting for the town of Rocky Hill, May 16th, 2024, 7:02 p.m. Rocky Hill Town Council Chambers. If everyone would please stand, Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America,
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, welcome everyone. This is one of the better nights of the Board of Education. I think I can speak for everyone in saying that. When we have special recognition, including staff retirements and student recognitions. So with that, we're going to move into number 2 on the agenda, which is special recognitions. Mr. Zito, or Dr. Zito, I apologize.
That's better. Call me whatever you want to. Mark is fine. How's everybody doing this evening? Very excited to be here. We have a great number of folks we want to recognize tonight. First of all, we want to start with our retirees. This is always bittersweet for us when we bid farewell to colleagues that frankly have been part of the Rocky Hill educational family in many cases for decades and made significant contributions to the welfare and well-being of our students. So we've got a number of folks who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. I am going to ask the supervisors that work with these individuals to come up and say a few words. We're going to start with Ron LaMontagne tonight, who's going to talk about our longtime custodian, Dave Sylvester, who's leaving the high school. I think Dave has served Rocky Hill for 38 years. So, Ron, if you could do that.
Yes, Dave,
Dave, come on up.
Good evening, everybody. Today we're here to come together to celebrate the retirement of David Sylvester, someone who has dedicated an impressive 38 years to our school community. This almost 40 years gives Dave a place in Rocky Hill record books, as he currently reigns as being the longest employed custodian in the history of the Rocky Hill Public Schools. Throughout his tenure as one of our talented school custodians, Dave quietly ensured the safety, cleanliness, and maintenance of our environment, working in almost all of our buildings over the years, most recently at the high school as our midday custodian. As Dave prepares to bid farewell to this chapter in his life, I can't help but to share in his excitement for the adventures that lie ahead. Recently, Dave made a bold move by purchasing a VW camper in Oregon, flying out west and driving it cross country back to Connecticut. And now with retirement beckoning, he's eager to hit the road once again. Among his future plans, he looks forward to a Memorial Day weekend spent at Cape Cod. And as summer unfolds, he anticipates journeys to North Carolina and the sun-soaked beaches of Florida, soaking in the beauty of each destination. While his presence and meticulous painting skills will be dearly missed within and on our walls, I find it exciting in knowing that Dave will start his new chapter with boundless enthusiasm and the spirit of adventure. Please join me in extending a heartfelt congratulations and well wishes to Dave as he embarks on his exciting travels. Here's to the journey ahead. Congratulations, Dave.
Mr. Foti, come on up, please. A couple of other retirees from the high school. Our longtime hall monitor, Miss Menta, is retiring this year. I know the high school kids know who Paula is. I don't think she could be here tonight, but I'm going to ask Mr. Foti to say a few words.
Good evening. Good evening. A lot of great energy in the room tonight. Always one of my favorite nights. So tonight I want to recognize Paula. And Paula is, in case you don't know, she is our hall monitor, Miss Menta. She has served Rocky Hill Public Schools for over 20 years. So Paula is this little lady, but she's big in stature. And I knew immediately when I was hired that Paula was an important member of our community. I listened to her, and I listened to her well, because she's had a lot of experience working with our kids. So So she is very popular, and students run into Paula first thing in the morning every morning when they do not have their IDs. They have to. I just point, and she has a little table outside in the main entrance area, and she is the one who gives them their green pass when they do not have their student IDs. So she became very, very popular in terms of us making sure that the IDs were handed out and kids were wearing them. But Paula's commitment to her role in the school community is truly extraordinary. She takes her job very seriously, upholding her values with unwavering dedication. What I will miss most about Paula is her loyalty and genuine care for others, two remarkable traits that she possesses. Paula is not only incredibly funny, but she is deeply passionate about Rocky Hill High School. No matter the task, Paula has done that with maximum effort and a positive attitude. I will deeply miss her next year, and it will be hard to find somebody who will be able to fulfill her role. I know that she couldn't be here tonight, but I know she deserves this retirement, and I look forward to seeing her at Saturday morning at 8 a.m. at Sam's Club, where I see her every week. So congratulations, Paula.
And if we could have Mrs. Wolf come up, Deb Wolf. Deb is a longtime family and consumer science teacher, and congratulations. And ask John to make a few comments.
Thank you.
Miss Latina, you can come right up. I need to take pictures.
So tonight we gather an exceptional educator and a cherished colleague, Miss Deb Wolf. Miss Wolf, as she embarks on her well-deserved retirement after serving the Rocky Hill Public School System. Miss Wolf began her career in 1990 and quickly established herself as a cornerstone of our community. Through her dedication and vision, she built a championship program with a rigorous curriculum that has left a true mark on our students. Deb Wolf is the epitome of humility and teamwork. Although she prefers to keep to herself, there is no better teammate than Mrs. Wolf. Throughout her career, she has been an invaluable member on numerous committees and held many leadership roles, including work with Perkins, the subject area supervisor, and NEASC. Her unwavering commitment to putting students first is evident in her creative and innovative ways. She has engaged and inspired them to achieve success. Ms. Wolf has always been a familiar presence in the corner room on the first floor, where she has taught fashion design, child and adolescent behavior, marriage and family, individual living, and Yukon family development. Her influence has been profound, and it will be difficult to imagine the basement hallway without her presence next year. So I walked around in the morning like I usually do, and I said to Miss Wolf, "You coming tonight?" She's like, "Yes, I'll be there." So I said, "Well, what do you want me to say about you?" And she said, well, and I might have got some of it wrong, but she said, "Just tell everybody I loved it. I love the students. I love the school. I love my colleagues. I love what I taught. I love teaching. And most of all, I loved it every day." I can't think of a better way to kind of portray how this individual is. Deb, your passion for education and your unwavering dedication, you have made a lasting impact on our students and our community. It will be hard, again, to know that you're not occupying that room, but we have a way of bringing back those veterans, so make sure you stay close to the phone. Thank you again for everything. I wish you the best. You're a wonderful woman. Thank you.
Mr. Maziarz, come on up, please.
We never have it.
4 middle school retirees this year. I think only one was able to join us tonight, so. Oh, Edmund's tough. Maybe we want to start with the folks who had conflicts on their schedule.
Yes.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. This is truly one of my favorite nights when we get to honor our retirees and honor some of the best that Rock Hill has to offer in terms of students. So I'm so glad we have a big crowd here. Board of Ed meetings aren't usually this well attended. So this is terrific that we have a crowd here to honor these wonderful folks. So congratulations, first of all, to all the retirees. I wish them all the best. I do have a quick comment for Dave Sylvester. He was the custodian at Rock Hill High School when I was there in the mid-90s, and I do want to apologize for my friends' messes that they left on the table. It wasn't me, Dave. Thank you to all of our students here that are going to be honored that are joining the armed forces. Thank you in advance for your service. We appreciate that. And congratulations to all of our student honorees and our award winners. And we have to thank the parents and the families in the crowd, because we know that these kids don't show up at our doorsteps just like this. You've put a lot of work and a lot of investment into your kids' education. That's coming through tonight. So congratulations to all the families and parents out there. So all of 4 retirees could not attend tonight for various reasons, ironically, but I'm going to make them watch the video tomorrow of this broadcast. So I'd like to read a few words about them, if you don't mind. Our first retiree is Sharon Botker. Sharon began her career at GMS as a long-term sub in language arts when it was a 7th and 8th grade split team. When GMS adopted a team grade model, Sharon became one of the 8th grade math teachers. She was teaching in that position and has done so for the last 25 years. Her direct, easily understood, and highly organized delivery was effective in the classroom as she prepared our 8th graders for the challenges of high school math. Sergeant Sharon, as I affectionately called her, led the charge in the pod, getting the kids to class on time and making sure the cafeteria remained orderly. 2 very tall tasks, as you can imagine. She took a lead on so many of our 8th grade events and field trips. It's those intangibles that are most often missed when a teacher retires. We will certainly miss her leadership at GMS. However, we will mostly miss her make-it-work attitude, her down-to-earth demeanor, and her contagious sense of humor, and her ridiculous sneezes that would make you jump out of your chair. Mrs. Violette knows that well. Sharon's fondest memories are the people who she worked with and the students she taught and watched and grow. When I asked her what she'll miss most about GMS, she said the social gatherings with the staff, especially the last day of school luncheons where she could relax and debrief and reconnect with friends. Sharon will be spending more of her time in her Vermont home with her husband and 2 children. Sergeant Sharon is now riding into the sunset of retirement. We wish her all the best. Our second retiree is Lisa Cooney. If you are familiar with GMS, you are familiar with the teacher who goes by one simple name, Cooney. She has been working at GMS since 1998. She started 26 years ago as one of our building subs. In 2000, she was hired as a 6th grade language arts teacher, a role she has been in ever since. In the classroom, she taught students how to read for meaning and understanding and write in a way that clearly conveys a thought, opinion, idea, and persuades a reader. Her clear, purposeful, and understandable instruction has produced strong readers and writers for years. In addition, she coached the Rock Hill High School swim teams and dive teams for almost 3 decades. And she raised 2 boys right here in Rocky Hill. Both were Rocky Hill graduates. Outside of the classroom, Cooney has been one of the most impactful and influential teacher leaders in our middle school. I often refer to her as the principal of 6th grade. She has been the red team leader for 20 years, and all of the events and activities that occurred in our 6th grade were often organized and coordinated by Cooney. If we needed anything done, we asked her. If we needed guidance or advice, we asked her. And she rose to the occasion each and every time and never disappointed. Lisa Cooney is a worker bee through and through. Quite simply put, she got the job done at GMS for the past 26 years. Congratulations to Mrs. Cooney. We hope she enjoys retirement in her new home in Florida. A lot of retirements at GMS the last couple of years, and I'm going to take it personally because I just got hired at GMS 2 years ago. Now they're all leaving, so I hope it's not me. All right, another couple left. Sharon Malinowski. Sharon has been a special education teacher for 37 years. Initially, she worked at a school for children with autism in Newton, Massachusetts. She did so for 4 years and has worked at GMS for the last 25. At GMS, she was a life skills teacher for 10 years, where she was my neighbor right across the hall in the 7th grade pod. And she has been an 8th grade resource teacher for the last 15 years. Sharon has worked with some truly challenging situations as a special education teacher over the years, and at every turn, she faced those challenges with a calm demeanor and positive attitude. I often called her a magician, as she would work some magic to get her kids to love school and reach their highest potential. Sharon's fondest memories are the field trips to Washington, D.C., Montreal, and the Amish country, the charity events like the Fun Run and Give Back Day, the golf tournament in honor of Walter Avery, the haircuts in honor of Linda Carnero, and the GMS social events like the last day of school luncheon. In retirement, she plans on not getting up at 5:30 a.m. and not working 50 to 60-hour work weeks. She just wants to do things at her own pace, and she's earned that right for sure. Sharon, best wishes on a restful and relaxing retirement. And our final retiree tonight is Louise Adamo. She is our assistant principal at Griswold Middle School. Louise received her undergraduate degree from the University of Connecticut and began her career as an EL tutor at West Hill School. She was soon thereafter hired as a French and Spanish teacher and served in that role for 15 years at GMS. While in that role, Louise served as the Green team leader in 7th grade, while I served as the Emerald team leader right across the hall. We have a long history together. Louise was the subject area supervisor for world language while teaching at GMS, and was also the supervisor of the Leos Club, a community service club that eventually was renamed GMS Cares. Louise acquired her administrative degree and was appointed as the assistant principal at West Hill School. She served in that role for nearly 7 years until she was called back to the place where it all started for her in this field, Griswold Middle School. She has been our fearless assistant principal for the past 2 years, and she has done so brilliantly. Louise has put a much-needed spark and flair back into the middle school after a few difficult COVID years. Her spicy personality, hilarious sense of humor, and her warm, kind, compassionate, and loving demeanor has made GMS a wonderful place to work. Her bougie sense of fashion spiced up the place. She has countless purses, countless sunglasses, countless pairs of shoes. We needed that little flair. We've always known her as our fashion queen. On most days, it was often hard for me to get into Louise's office because she was frequently swarmed by staff members or kids just wanting to get in their Mrs. Adamo fill for the day. It's a hard gig, a middle school assistant principal. I know it all too well. But somehow Louise made it look easy, and she did so with a smile and an endearing delivery. She's been the most incredible listener to our staff and students, and more importantly, she's been a beacon of direction, guidance, and comfort for all of us. I've always introduced Louise at school functions as the hardest working person in America, because I believe it's true. Because Louise's most prized titles are not teacher or administrator, it's mom and it's meme. She's proud to have raised her wonderful 3 daughters, Yvonne, Lauren, and Ingrid, right here in Rocky Hill. Ingrid was one of my students back in the day, and now is grandma or meme to 6 grandchildren. Louise will undoubtedly spend much of her retirement years with those family members and, of course, her husband, which are her favorite people on earth. And she will do so on the sunny beaches of Jupiter, Florida, where she recently purchased a home. Louise is a great educator and truly a terrific person. It is a massive loss for our district, but we are thrilled for her and also a bit jealous. Best wishes to her as she embarks on the next chapter of her life. She has truly earned her stripes. Congratulations, Louise, and thank you. I thought you might say that.
Yeah, well, you're already up here, so we're going to switch over now to student recognitions. And again, I want to reiterate everything that was said by our leaders here tonight. We are going to miss each of our retirees. They've really played a key role for many, many years in the school district, and we wish them all well. At this point, we're going to start recognizing some of our students. So we're going to start with our middle school students with the Connecticut Association of Boards of Education Student Leadership Awards. We have 2 recipients, Kira Potter and Mason Margiota. You guys would come on up, please.
Face them. Stand next to Carol. Stand in front of her. It's all right. They still need a little direction. Great kids. Mason Margiotta and Kara Potter. The Connecticut Association of Boards of Education Student Leadership Award is given to two students with exemplary leadership skills and a willingness to take on challenges. They demonstrate concern for others and diplomacy toward all. This year's CABE Award winners check every one of those boxes. We'll start with Mason. Mason Margiotta is a role model for his peers. He's an unassuming and quiet leader, and he leads by example on a daily basis. When asked about his thoughts on why he received this award, he pondered for a few moments, and then he said, "Well, I'm just always trying to do the right thing." And that he does each and every day. At GMS, he played both basketball and baseball and was a leader on both teams. Mason was an exceptionally valuable member of our unified sports team, and in his role, his compassion for others was apparent to all. Outside of school, he's on the town football team and was a starting quarterback, a true team leader. I got to watch him in action a lot. Terrific athlete. Over the last 2 years, Mason has been a tour guide during our 6th grade orientation. He was hand-selected for this role as he is truly the ideal ambassador for our school. Mason made high honors every quarter while at GMS. He cares about his academics and recognizes how important it is. Mason is always ready to encourage a peer and help out in any way. When asked what his goals were for the future, "I just want to make the world a better place." And at Groesville Middle School, he makes it a better place. Congratulations, Mason Margiotta, 2024 CABE Award winner. Okay, and the young lady to my right is Kara Potter, our other award winner. Kara Potter, when asked about her favorite memory at GMS, she answered, "The Camp Hazen field trip, because everyone got to be together with everyone else in our grade." Kara loves classes where students can collaborate with classmates on projects and labs. She said in these situations, she strives to be a leader and include everyone in the learning and end products. Her work ethic placed her on high honors every quarter, and she gained the respect of her peers. She is hardworking and focused, not only in classes, but on the basketball court. This year, she averaged 10 points and 5 steals per game. Great job. More importantly, no one ever out-hustled her. If you watch Kira on the basketball court, you would not believe it. She is a hustler. She led by example, and her dedication to her team was apparent at every game. She brought her best to the court each time. Like Mason, Kira was hand-selected to serve as one of our tour guides for the 6th grade orientation 2 years in a row. Who better to represent our school and describe GMS to our newest students and families than Kira? Kira wants to be a biomedical engineer and ultimately help solve health-related issues. Lastly, she said, "I just try to be nice to everyone. I know how other people feel when they are hurting. If all kids and adults had the mindset like that, we'd be a better place." Kira Potter, GMS's 2024 CABE Award winner.
Kira, you have to come back up. We have two middle school recipients of the Middle Level Student Scholar Awards, Emily Forcier and Kira Potter.
It is an honor to present to all of you tonight our scholar leaders. This award is given to 2 8th grade students who demonstrate the highest academic achievement in all subject areas, possess distinct leadership qualities, and are exceptional community servants. As part of the nomination process, all students who have an overall academic average of 93 or greater are invited to write an essay describing their achievements and participation in extracurricular activities. So what better way to describe these 2 amazing individuals to my right than hearing how they describe themselves in their own words? You didn't know I was going to do this, did you? No. Okay. Surprise. We'll start with Emily. In her essay, Emily writes about herself, "I believe my academic success is a result of many factors. Of course, the amazing teachers here in Rocky Hill have helped me grow as a student and encouraged me to push myself. It also helps that I love to learn new things and expand on what I know. My thirst for knowledge has pushed me to work and do my very best with my homework, classwork, and assessments, which is evident in the grades I've received through middle school. I've been Student of the Month, received high honors, and attend honors geometry, at Rock Hill High School with Dr. Graysa. I take part in extracurricular activities such as choir, select choir, Dungeons and Dragons group, karate, drama club, just to name a few. And in drama club, she earned the nickname of Assistant Stage Manager. She has true leadership qualities, and we rely on that. In the community, I help those in need. As Girl Scout, I am part of many charitable activities, for example, creating care packages for the military and for those who live in veterans' home in town. I have also helped by organizing the Someone Special in Me dance for the younger troop members. Let me add, Emily has a smile and a greeting for everyone she comes across every day and gives it her all in everything she does. In her own words, I enjoy being able to help other students become more successful. Emily Forcier, one of Grizzle Middle School's Scholar Leaders. Congratulations. And you're not seeing Kira's twin sister. That's Kira up here again. She also is a Scholar Leader. So Kira describes herself in the following way in her essay. During school hours, I strive to perform and execute all of my assignments to the best of my capabilities. Over the past 3 years at GMS, I've held my grades to an average of 97 or better across all core classes. Amazing. This has required many hours of study and lots of extremely hard work to keep up. I've kept the values of respect, responsibility, and pride to show that I deserve these awards. I am a GMS Cares member on the GMS basketball team, a member of the GMS band and jazz band, and the high school band and high school marching band. Recently, I was selected as a principal player for the high school marching band, a leadership role that supports other musicians. As a Girl Scout, I have made hundreds of paracord bracelets for care packages to the active service men and women, as well as veterans, sang holiday carols in the elderly residence, raked leaves, and raised money for the Rock Hill Police Department with a bake sale. I lead my team and received a mayoral proclamation for our work. Kira quotes John Quincy Adams as she ends her essay, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader." And we would say, mission accomplished, Kira. Congratulations to Emily Forcier and Kara Potter, our Scholar Leader Award winners.
Congratulations to our middle school award winners. We're going to recognize some students tonight, and I want to thank Jen Morphia for bringing this idea to us, Steve Slattery for approving this as we added it to the agenda. Our mayor couldn't be here this evening, but our state representative, Carrie Wood, is here. Carrie, if you could come on up, please. And Steve, if you could come on over. We're going to recognize some students who have committed to military service after high school. And I think, Ms. Morphia, you've started what I think is going to be a good tradition for this board to do this on an annual basis. So we have 3 students. I'm going to ask them to come up here. Dominic Violet, Chris LaValle, and Shay Wilkinson. Mr. Fody, come on up. We have 2 here. All right. You're Chris, correct? I think I know your mom. I recognize you. All right. Why don't you guys tell us what you're going to be doing? Come on up. I know what you're doing, but I want you to tell everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, and this one, sorry, wrong mic, my bad. Hello, everyone. My name is Dominic Violet, and I've been in the Connecticut National Guard for 7 months now. I love it. I love every minute of it. It's so much fun. I mean, I know people might think military is fun, but it's a lot of fun. I ship out to basic training in July 22nd of this year. I go to the Military Police Academy. It's the Army Military Police Academy for 20 weeks. Then I'll be back in December and celebrating Christmas with my family. So.
I am Chris. I'm planning on joining the Marine Corps active duty. I haven't signed anything yet, actually. Monday, I turn 18, so I'm planning on signing on Monday. But yeah, the Marine Corps.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. I just want to say congratulations to the 3 gentlemen that are going into the service. You know, if we could require all young people to do some sort of public service, whether it's military, Teach for America, the Peace Corps, I think we would instill moral values that would be wonderful for our country. But for those that take that duty and do that themselves, I just, give you so much praise and, so much courage for stepping up and doing that, because you're on a journey that is going to change the rest of your life. And just think what they're doing for us. I mean, they are serving to protect us and our safety so that we can live the lives that we've come to cherish every day. Thank you to Jennifer Barron Morfea for starting this tradition, and I hope it's one that we will continue.
Time for our valedictorian and salutatorian.
You want to do Cape first? Cape first.
Oh, okay, we can start with Cape. That's fine. It's Dominic.
Yep.
And
Maddie, yep. Dominic and Maddie Kosker, please come up here. Dominic, try not to go too far. So I coached for about 30 years. And, being a great teammate's the most important thing when you're on a team. And when I define leadership, I think of it as somebody who influences. It's an influencer. And the 2 individuals I'm going to talk tonight, they influence our school community like no other. So first off, Dominic, first of all, this guy right here, if you ever saw him play hockey, you want to get a pair of skates and go out there even if you can't skate. Because pound for pound, when he goes out on the ice, he gives it his all. He's the guy that you notice all the time as a leader, as a communicator, and just by his passion and play. So I want to say I'm going to miss that next year. So Dominic Violet has demonstrated exceptional qualities as a student and individual through his years at Rocky Hill High School. He's a truly remarkable individual that embodies qualities of diligence, maturity, motivation, compassion, and kindness. Dominic consistently goes above and beyond in all areas of his life, whether it be in the classroom or extracurricular activities or community service. Dominic consistently demonstrates a strong commitment to helping others. He demonstrated a genuine desire to make a positive impact on those around him. He consistently displays empathy and understanding, making him a well-liked and respected member of RHHS. Academically, Dominic is bright and well-rounded. He has a solid academic record and has earned high honors over the years. He's earned many accolades, including All-State and All-Conference for hockey, the LaSalle University Book Award, and the Superintendent's Award. Dominic continues to impress with his commitment to anything he does. He has served as a class vice president and served as a student representative for the Perkins Advisory Committee. As you can see, he goes on and on. He's a big, big winner in our school community. And you just found out that he is committed to the Army National Guard. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive. So I just want to say congratulations on being the CABE Student Leadership Award winner. And we're going to miss you next year. Thanks. So equally as rewarding is Maddie Kosker. First of all, Maddie is everywhere in my building. I mean, you are everywhere, right? I mean, I can make a loop 2 or 3 times, and I think I pass her through as many times as I run the hallways. So, and when I see her, I see this big, bright smile all the time. And she's, no offense, you're usually talking to someone or to yourself or what have you. So, but that's what I'm always going to remember about you is that, your energy, your passion, and how you're a true go-getter. So aside from that, she's hardworking, she's kind, she's accepting. And I'm going to use the word fierce a little bit because when she puts her mind to something, she's going to get it done. And that's an admirable quality to have. She's also an energy raiser. So when she comes into the room, she raises the level and the energy of the room. And I think that's a unique trait to have. It's something I don't want you to ever lose because you have a presence about you, okay? And it's special. So aside from that, she's really proud of her involvement with Unified Arts and Unified PE. She will, at any time during the day when she has any time at all, she'll dedicate her time to the Unified program. And it's admirable and it's noticed by all. Once a week, she drops in for a social group where she provides peer support for students who might be struggling with how to start or maintain conversations with others. She's enthusiastic. She's involved in the Social Justice Club, the Unified Sports, the Pride Alliance, co-president, and is a member of the National Honor Society. She's also part of the Tri-M and the World Language Honor Society. And she's also part of the Challengers baseball team in Rock Hill for the past 5 years. So again, she's everywhere. She's most deserving of this. She is an influencer. She's an exemplary leader, and she's well deserving. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Just in. I'm going to do south.
Sure. Start with salutatorian.
So the next two individuals are, well, they're just terrific students, and they have earned, our Val and Sal for the class of 2024. So can I have Muktha Ramesh come up, please? I just asked her if she wanted to speak, but she said no. She declined. So you should have heard her speech at the Top 20 dinner. It was outstanding. So it is my pleasure to introduce Muktha Ramesh, who possesses a quiet grace, maturity, responsibility, dedication, and strong work ethic. So I called her into the office. I just want to make sure she was coming, and I wanted to ask her, they got this nice write-up on her. What do you want me to say about you? She just looked at me, and she goes, it's fine. So, I said, there's a lot here. So I try to condense it a little bit. But you're a special, special individual and a special student. But to get there, to be number 2 in the class takes a lot of hard work, right? And you sacrificed a lot, and priorities were to be the best you could be. So since her freshman year, Muktha has taken on the most challenging course load. She has doubled up on honors math during her freshman year. She has continued that, taking advanced placement calculus by her sophomore year with 2 other AP classes. Her junior year, she was enrolled in 6 AP UConn level classes, as well as the EduSeer AP computer science class. She's taken 5 additional AP and UConn level classes. She's taken courses at Manchester Community College High School Partnership Program. She's been committed. She had a plan. She stuck to that plan. Muktha's hard work paid off. She earned high honor roll recognition every quarter, membership on the National Honor Society and French Honor Societies, and Student of the Month for the World Language and Technology departments. But what I love about Muktha is she's well-rounded. It's just not in the classroom. She balances her academics as an active member of many clubs, from the Dungeons and Dragons to the chess club, to the student council, the teen advisory, the coding club, cross country, and math and science teams. Muktha has attended summer science programs. She has also competed for the first robotics team. She's been on the Dean's List semifinalist awards and world championships. Her accomplishments are extensive. But aside from that, Muktha enjoys helping others, as evidenced by her roles as a tutor, chess teacher, and science center teacher. Muktha has so many interests. She's well respected within our community. She's intelligent, knowledgeable, and she is going to be successful. Her greatest trait is she's humble. I mean, she is so humble. She'll just sit there and look at you. I don't know what you're thinking all the time, but you are just the sweetest person that I've encountered in a long, long time. So congratulations on this accomplishment. Yep. Our valedictorian is Sumadendi. Right next door to each other. So I've spent a lot of time with you lately, here and there and everywhere. So it is a distinct honor to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2024 at Rocky Hill High School, Suma Denny. I think she deserves another round of applause. She doesn't like all this attention, you can just tell, see? She's a remarkable individual whose contributions have significantly impacted both the academic and social communities here at Rocky Hill High School. She is simply more than a valedictorian. Suma's list of accomplishments are truly impressive. Academically, she has consistently excelled, earning numerous awards and recognitions throughout her career. Beyond the classroom, she has demonstrated exceptional leadership initiatives. This summer, she will embark on a prestigious internship, and that is a testament to her dedication and talent in the field of healthcare. When I asked her what I could say about her tonight, she's like, the most important thing I want people to know about me is that I genuinely care about people and that I want to remain grounded to my passions. Her passions are that she wants to be a caring member of her community. She cares a lot about the natural environment. She dreams of becoming a change maker in healthcare and public policy. And she loves seeking knowledge. She knows that knowledge is power. She's exhibited that at Rocky Hill High School. She's taken advantage of that. And again, she's not only an outstanding valedictorian, but she's also a role model for many of us. We are incredibly proud of her, and we celebrate your achievements tonight. Congratulations.
So once again, Mr. Slattery and our board, we're really proud of accomplishments of all these students. Particularly want to make note of those young men going into the military. Thank them for their service to our country. And again, we're going to miss our retirees. So turn the agenda back to you, Mr. Slattery.
Thank you, Dr. Zito. All right. I'll echo those same thank yous, and I'll probably expound upon that a little more in my chairman's report at the end of the meeting. But moving along in the agenda item number 3 is audience participation. So this portion of the meeting is set aside for the public to address the board. Is there anyone here tonight who would like to address the board? Seeing 1, 2. All right, we just ask that speakers keep their comments to 2 minutes, please. And if you could just state your name and address for the record. Thank you.
This mic. Good evening, everyone. My name is Shilpa Gohil. I'm 9 Beecher Lane, Rocky Hill. I'm here to represent BAPS Charities and an upcoming event at Rocky Hill. BAPS is a global organization which emphasizes on many things like health awareness and environmental concern. Oh, I'm sorry. Environmental protection, community involvement. At our local centers, we do some food drives, annual food drives, flu vaccine clinics, and health awareness lectures. And the most we do concentrate, our concentration is on in the joy of others, walk and run. We have been doing this run from 2002, which has started in Rocky Hill, and we benefited in Rocky Hill Police Department in the first year. This year, we are having this walk on June 2nd, 2024 at Elmridge Park. As a part of an organizing team, I have seen so many volunteers putting hundreds of hours in this, and many of our Rocky Hill School kids are our volunteers, starting from kindergarten to a senior here. The spring is such a busy time during, they have SATs and SBACs and iReadies and AP exams, but still these kids are coming to our place and helping out to put up this event, and I want to focus on those things, and I want to bring up these kids here to speak about their experiences, if you allow. And I would like to invite you all to the event, which is happening on June 2nd, 2024 at 2 p.m. I would like to invite some of my volunteers here, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah, Harshit.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Herschel Johnny. Currently, I'm a 4th grader at Mosier Intermediate School and recipient of CAPS Award as a 3rd grader. As a member of BAPS Charities, I have participated in the Joy of Others Walk for 8 years. It goes without saying that exercise can benefit both your physical as well as mental health, but if your walk could also help others, it would make lasting impact. By participating in BAPS's Charity Walk, we have supported various national as well as local organizations. I would like to invite you all to join me for this charity walk on June 2nd, 2024 at Elmridge Park in Rocky Hill. Hope to see you all there. Thank you.
My name is Prisha Patel, and I'm a 5th grader at Mosier Intermediate School. I am here to share my experience as a volunteer of BAPS Charities. I have walked for all the years of my life as being like in a stroller till now on my own. The best part of the BAPS Walkathon is walking with my friends and family to support a cause, and our local police department and fire department who protect us all the time. This year, I participated in raising money for the walkathon by collecting donations from my friends and neighbors. I am proud that I was able to spend my message of helping others with the people I visited. I would like to invite you all to participate with me in the BAPS Charities Walkathon 2024. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to see all of you here tonight, including all my peers, my teachers, Mr. Fody, Mr. Horvath, and everyone. And my name is Heath Tucker, and I've been a resident in Rocky Hill for approximately 10 years now. And I'm a current senior at the Rocky Hill High School, and I'm an upcoming freshman at the University of Connecticut. And tonight, I just wanted to come here and share with you some of my experiences at our annual BAPS Charities Walkathon. And I have been a youth volunteer at our local BAPS Temple in Rocky Hill for approximately 4 years now. And I have participated in these walks for approximately 10 years now, or ever since I was a child. And one of my favorite parts of these walkathons is seeing people of all ages come together to show their support for our cause. And it's amazing to see friends and family members. It's amazing to walk alongside friends and family members where we build a strong community, we build a strong bond within our community, and this unity within our community has helped create an unbreakable bond, which will last forever and ever. As we walk around town holding up posters and holding up banners in our hands, I love to see people waving to us and people honking their cars at us, which further brings out a sense of community. And while seeing people support us. This year we're giving back to those that hold down our community, and also put their lives on the line for the safety of our community. And that is our firefighters and our police department. And our BAPS Charities Walkathon is centered around strengthening our community. And I'm proud to have been a part of this community for the last 10 years. So I encourage you all seated here today to also come out and show your support during this impactful event on June 2nd at Elmridge Park, right here in our hometown of Rocky Hill. Thank you.
So thank you everyone for your time, and I hope you got the message right. And I'm
you.
sorry, I was so nervous in the beginning.
No, no worries. Thank you. Is there a website or
Yeah, so I have
something?
some flyers to pass out if I'll.
Okay, excellent. That'd be great. And I think I speak on behalf of the entire board. Thank you, all four of you, for coming out. That was really awesome. That was a pleasant surprise. I hadn't heard of that walk, and it sounds like an amazing cause and a really cool experience.
Yeah, I mean, I'll as well say that I am a special educator soon, and I know early intervention is so important, and these kids are getting this flavor of all the life skills so early in their life, and BAPS Charities is helping them out for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing. And I'll just put it out there. The website is www.bapscharities.org /walkrun 2024 Hartford. Thank you again. All right. Our next audience participant.
Yeah. Hi, good evening. My name is Amber Saparoso. I live at 16 Kroll Farm Road. As a former teacher up for 8 years in Rocky Hill, I am here to show my support for the teachers and the students in this district, especially in the world of special education, which is dear to my heart. I would like to share my concerns for the upcoming school budget in regards to hiring an assistant principal / special education administrator at each elementary school. This district has phenomenal teachers and staff who I had the pleasure of working collaboratively with and learning from throughout my years in the district. You have teachers that will go above and beyond to make sure all Rocky Hill students receive the best education. However, there seems to be a disconnect between administration and staff. Why add more? How do you correct this constant issue? You trust teachers. You support teachers. You listen to teachers. You train teachers. You lead by example. You provide teachers with curriculum materials that will support instruction. You will provide teacher with time to collaborate with colleagues, including support staff, and allow them to plan for instruction and behavior plans so that they can implement them with integrity. I don't understand the board's decision to accept the school's budget to hire more administration when this district needs more teachers for special education, general education, support staff such as BCBAs, which are behaviorists, social workers, school psychologists, speech and language, and paraprofessionals. These individuals are needed to support all of our students so that they can overcome obstacles and be successful every day. Our elementary and intermediate schools can be productive and successful with one principal at each building. Please reconsider the budget request for administration / special education supervisors and reallocate the funds towards hiring more teaching and support staffs for all programs. Please continue to keep our teachers and our students in your mind while you plan for the future of this district. Remember, the goal should be to continue to build all programs, including special education throughout the district, so that our students are successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Safarosa. Thank you. Any other audience participants who would like to address the board? All right, seeing none, we'll move along to reports of student representatives. I believe the high school student council will report first.
Hello, everybody, and members of the board. Haley and I are excited to be able to give you all one last speech before the end of the school year. At the end of April, the Tri-M induction ceremony took place for the band students who have put a lot of hard work and dedication into their practice. On March 4th, the holy event was hosted by Rocky Hill High School's National Art Honor Society at the school. The celebration took place as an event of overcoming the bad with good, and people came together to throw colorful powders in the air and at each other to signify the unity and during this festival of color. The following Tuesday, a dinner was held for the top 20 senior scholars. This dinner was a great way to recognize the scholars of the graduating class to be recognized for all of their hard work that they have put in at the last 4 years at the school. Another recognition celebration took place yesterday for any student who maintained high honors all 4 quarters of the year. The students who were rewarded with a breakfast and a certificate of recognition. Lastly, the long-awaited AP exams took place from May 6th to today, May 16th.
Because we will not be attending next month's meeting, we are going to tell you about the events coming up in our last month of school. Tomorrow we have junior prom at St. Clemens, which should be really exciting for our juniors. Coming up next week, the juniors will also have NGSS testing, which tests their knowledge on the science curriculum. Following this, on May 21st, we have our annual art show and our spring concert on the same day. Following the art show, we have our National Art Honor Society induction, which will recognize those exceeding the standards in all forms of art and expressions of art. On May 31st, we have our senior prom hosted at the AquaTurf, and finally, Rocky Hill will let go of our amazing seniors at graduation on June 18th. This will be held at Central Connecticut State University. To end this last meeting, we want to thank you for all your time throughout this school year, and we will hopefully be fulfilling new positions next year, but sadly will not be coming back to these meetings next year. Katie and I appreciate all the time and attention you have given us this year, and we wish you all a great summer.
Thank you. Next up is student representatives from West Hill. Mr. Nozick.
Good morning, members of the Board of Education and Central Office staff. My name is Brooke Soto.
And I am Wesley Grory.
Thank you for inviting us here tonight. When our school last reported, we shared great things that happened in the first half of the year. We are here now to let you know about all the fun things we have been doing since December. In January, we started the new year with Spirit Day and several before and after school programs.
As if being in school all day wasn't enough.
We had Crazy Eights, Mad Science, Martial Arts, and Art Explorers. I did martial arts and Crazy Eights.
And I did Crazy Eights and Mad Science.
We also had a 3rd grade winter concert and ice cream social. The event featured a guitar solo from Arav, a student in Mr. Sanford's class. In February, 2 of our classmates, Abigail Forcier and Arav Pendy, were recognized at an arts banquet. February is Black History Month, and West Hill students have had a visit from an author, Tangular Irby. Miss Irby is the granddaughter of Gees Ben Quilter. She shared stories to encourage students to find something special from their own family so that they could become great storytellers too. The 100th day of school also took place in February. And we celebrated being 100 days smarter by watching the kindergartners parade around the school.
We did a lot of reading in March. West Hill had our own March Madness bracket. However, instead of guessing which basketball team will make it to number 1, our bracket was made up of books. Students and teachers read 8 books, then voted for their favorite. My favorite was The World's Best Class Plant. Sadly, it lost in the first round. Bear and Bird was the winner.
I voted for Bear and Bird.
We celebrated Dr. Seuss's birthday with a special guest, author Peter Reynolds. This was part of our One Book program. As a special treat, all the students were given their own copy of the book, The Dot. We had other special guests visiting and reading to classes too. Captain Clark from the Rocky Hill Fire Department read to kindergarten, while our school resource officer, Mr. Jordan, read to our first graders. Miss Erin Colony from Channel 3 News read to second graders, and local author Mr. Ronald Cox read to the 3rd grade students. On Friday, March 15th, a number of West Hill staff played basketball against the Harlem Wizards. While we understand that it was a fundraiser, they probably should stick to their day jobs.
Basketball was not the only sport West Hill staff attempted to play. In April, Mr. Nozick and a bunch of other teachers made good on their promise to play dodgeball against the students who won the raffle prize on Spirit Night. Other fun events included the opening of the outdoor classroom, Donut with the Grown-Up, and Grade 2's field trip to the Cultural Arts Center. We welcomed Milo, a read dog therapy, visited our school on Fridays, and with the help of our music teacher, Mr. Nelson, released our school's second album, West Hill Rocks.
This month, we continued with our before-school programs, Math, Science, and Boot Camp, which is just a fancy name for our running club. Today, I ran 11 laps. We also kicked off our biggest fundraiser of the year, the Fun Run. We are hoping to raise $12,000 for new basketball hoops. Earlier this week, we held our second grade concert, school-wide art show, and got a head start on our summer reading by buying books at the book fair.
It was buy one, get one free.
Last night, the third graders attended the Mingle at Mosher, where we played games, ate some ice cream, and mingled with the third graders from Stevens. We appreciate the two PTOs putting this together. It was a fun night, and we even took home a Mosher keychain and sticker. The end of the year is coming fast, but students in all grades still have a lot to look forward to. Later this month, there are field trips to Dinosaur State Park and our farm, the third grade recorder concert and breakfast, and of course everyone's favorite, field day.
Right. And in June, the third graders will be singing the national anthem at the New Britain Bees game. We are welcoming the author Carmen Rubin. I told you it was a lot. There's actually more, but Mr. Nozick told us to keep our report to 2 pages. Thank you again for inviting us here tonight, and congratulations to the students receiving awards. And also congratulations to the teachers retiring. I'm sure your students will miss you.
Have a great summer, everyone.
I'd like to make a motion for a 5-minute recess break.
All right, we have a motion for a 5-minute recess. Do I have a
Second.
second? Seconded by Ms. Tucker. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, the ayes have it, 8-0. 5-minute recess. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
And the board begins.
Except
Yeah.
for you.
We're back on.
All here, the gang's all here.
All right, everybody ready? All right, call back to orders. Meeting of the Rocky Hill Board of Education. It is 8:17. Moving along to agenda item number 4, approval of the minutes. We have April 18th, 2024 Board of Education meeting, April 23rd, 2024 Board of Education Facilities Committee meeting, and April 23rd Board of Education Technology Committee meeting. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions to any of the minutes? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes as listed on the agenda.
Moved by Ms. Tucker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. LaFredo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it, 7-0. Next, agenda item number 5 is correspondence. Dr. Zito.
No correspondence this week.
No correspondence this month. Next is agenda item number 6 is the consent calendar. We have one item on the consent calendar. That is the renewal of the copier lease, which I believe was provided in your board packets. Anybody have any questions with regard to the copier lease on the consent calendar?
Quick question.
Okay, Mr. Shabra.
Do we go out to bid for these, or I know it's a renewal?
Yeah.
Mr. Zedigan?
Yep. We did not go out to bid it on this time, pretty much because we are very happy with the service as well as from a cost structure standpoint. If you go through the detail, you know, we've been in existence with them for quite some time now, and the per copy cost has not gone up. The only thing that's really going up is basically the equipment cost a little bit, just because the, you know, purchasing of new equipment. And that cost does go up. And then the labor will go up on a annual basis, just basically, you know, based on typical labor cost updates. So from a cost standpoint, I feel pretty comfortable that, you know, the costs are good. We did go to bid when we originally entered into contract and lease agreement with Canon.
When was the last time we went out to bid?
It was back in 2017, I believe.
17. It's been a while.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. The cost hasn't gone up from a per copy standpoint, so.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to explore.
Right.
Other options.
You always could. But like I said, I'm happy with the service, and the cost has not increased on an overall basis, so.
Thank you, Mr. Zedigan. Any other questions?
Yeah, just a comment. Just to kind of highlight what's on in the paper in front of us is, you know, the cost from the lease ended in 2022. There was a reduction from then to the lease ended in 2024, and it looks like overall in total a reduction in this lease moving forward. So I know the public's not seeing those numbers in front of us, so I appreciate the sentiment about, you know, going out to bid, but it looks like the price, overall total price, though the per copy cost has gone down, some of the other prices have actually come down. Or the per copy cost is flat.
Right.
Some of the other total costs on equipment and stuff have gone down over the last couple of years, so I just want to note that.
Thank you, Mr. Kosker. Any other questions with respect to the renewal of the copier lease? With that, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar.
Motion to approve the consent calendar.
Moved by Ms. Tucker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Manel. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, 7-0. Consent calendar is approved. Moving along, next we have committee reports. First up is curriculum.
Curriculum committee has not met since the last board meeting.
All right. Next up is facilities, which Mr. Gavin was not able to be with us tonight. We did have a meeting on the 23rd, and I believe the CIP was discussed at that meeting. Finance.
The finance committee has not met.
All right. PNN has not met as well, although I believe we are
We'll
going
be reaching out to Mr. Gavin to schedule a PNN to work around his calendar, the other PNN members. We're in the process of finalizing the contract negotiations with the nurses and the custodians. So we're going to want to review those proposed settlements with the board with PNN.
Okay.
I'll be reaching out very shortly. Pretty much done with the custodians, still working with the nurses. I'd like to get them both scheduled on the same evening.
I think that makes sense. Excellent. All right, policy?
Has not met.
Policy has not met. Special education?
We have not met either.
Special education has not met. School safety has not met, but we do have,
Meet on
it's,
the 22nd next week.
that's right, we have scheduled for the 22nd of next week
And that's for
to discuss the
7 o'clock at Mosier for school safety.
7 o'clock at Mosier.
Yeah,
Obviously,
just to
everyone's
review
welcome.
safety protocols, a couple incidents recently that we want to highlight and talk about, and kind of just go over the overall safety, school safety approach. But in both situations, the system has responded as it should. The SROs have been great, so we'll review those situations.
Excellent. That's 7 o'clock at Mosier.
7 o'clock at Mosier, yes.
All right. Technology, I don't believe technology has met.
Technology met.
Yeah, on the 23rd.
Oh, you're right. Technology did meet at after
It was after the facility.
facilities. All right. Correct, counsel, Mr. Schauber?
Nope, has not met.
Has not met. Calendar committee has not met. All right, moving along, no old business. Agenda item number 17. Turning to new business, agenda item number 18. Mr. Horvath, report to us on spring, winter and spring sports. Mr. Horvath?
Before I start, our booster clubs wanted to have a drawing for anyone in attendance. So I guess Mr. Dunn, Mr. Lama, your team report to Middletown Toyota. Pick up your new vehicle. So that's worth.
Hey, what about us?
You're not eligible. If you were on the other side, you would be, so. Don't try to get
That's
on.
awesome.
Okay.
Times I was the only guy in the audience.
Okay, good evening. To cut down on the length of these summaries and to avoid mistakes, of leaving out anyone who's deserving, we just do general team summaries. I ask the coaches to do this. They write everybody's name down, and we take the names out because at their individual year-end gatherings, they celebrate all the members of the team. So that's kind of why we do that. I've been asked that question before. And we do have athletes who've earned all conference, all state, and other individual awards. Some student athletes will be continuing their careers at the collegiate level, and we'll be honoring them at a yet-to-be-determined day in June. For winter, our boys basketball program made great strides, finishing the season with winning 2 out of 3 last games, finding themselves more competitive than years past. The boys team, led by senior captains, with contributions made by many underclassmen, valued experience gained. They're looking forward to next season. The girls basketball team had an outstanding regular season, 15-5 record. For only second time in school history, the girls won a first-round game in the CCC tournament and also won their first couple of games in the state tournament, reached the state quarterfinals for only the second time in the school's history. Our indoor track team, overall, team excelled many areas, continuing to grow on and off the track. Many qualified for the state, and athletes, many accomplished their personal best throughout the season. Boys swimming. The team had a successful season with their athletes performing their best at the end of the season in the conference and state championships. Rocky Hill was well represented in the postseason with multiple swimmers qualifying in both individual and team events. The team had swimmers go as far as to qualify for the state open and earn all state honors. The wrestling team graduated only one senior while the team was young, and 2 wrestlers lost close matches in the medal rounds in the state tournament. The team is looking forward to being doing well in next year's state tournament. The girls wrestling team had 3 girls. Each girl had successful matches at the state open, 2 of them earning 5th and 6th place finishes. Our boys hockey team. This is the 4th year of the Terriers Hockey Co-op and most successful to date, finishing with 11-10-1 record. The team qualified for the state tournament, winning their first game against a higher-ranked Wilton team and advanced to the quarterfinals before losing to the #1 ranked team in the state. Off the ice, Most impressively, the team continued their work with charities in raising thousands of dollars for cancer awareness and first responders. Our cheerleading season, filled with growth for the individuals and as a team, the team overcame many obstacles, never gave up. They worked hard, made the season one to be remembered. The coaches were proud of the team and the sportsmanship each athlete displayed. Our winter unified team. The season was a great success. In the winter, they spent most of the season playing and learning basketball skills. They also participated in cornhole, and started the season with a successful cornhole tournament at Griswold Middle School. The team also traveled to tournaments this winter as they competed at Glastonbury and Maloney High Schools. For our spring season, which is going on right now, the baseball team has a current record of 7 wins and 10 losses. They are on the cusp of making the state tournament, even though they have a young roster with only 2 seniors. The team has improved tremendously throughout the season and has a very bright future. Softball. The softball season is going well, and even though they had a tough schedule, they are now 7-12, including a big win against rival Wethersfield. They are looking forward to winning one more game, which I'm trying to get the results of because they play tonight. And if they win that, they qualify for the state tournament. Our boys lacrosse team, the season had many first-time players, has made progress and improved each day. The coaching staff is happy to see interest in the sport grow, and they look to build on what they have started. Tonight was senior night, and I came from that. You know, they were playing hard. They're playing a really tough, some of the best teams in the state, but they're giving great effort. Girls lacrosse team has 1 game remaining in the regular season. Currently, the team's 8-7, has won 5 of the last 7, and has a lot of exciting 1-goal wins, including a 9-8 win over rival Wethersfield. Outdoor track. Season has been going well. Many of the athletes have seen success and enjoyment through the season. Many team members have qualified for state and conference tournaments. Everyone has been able to compete at various meets, including the freshmen who joined this year. The team looks forward to the remainder of the season. Boys tennis is led by 3 outstanding seniors. The team has an excellent 11-4 record. Throughout the season, the team has shown a great deal of growth and looks forward to making a run in the state tournament. The girls tennis team has had a complete and total makeover from last year. As the season has progressed, they have improved immensely as a team, and the future looks bright with 9 returning starters for next year. The unified spring team started off with a bang. Rocky Hill High School hosted 2 different events this year. They started off by holding a 3rd annual cornhole tournament in which a Rocky Hill High School pair won the event. Next, the team hosted the first ever flag football combine. With help from the Rocky Hill High School football team, they were able to host a successful event with teams from Southington, Plainville, Berlin, and Middletown. To cap off the season, the team had members win the Athlete and Partner Award at the Michaels Cup. In summary, besides the 28 sports team, we have over 40 clubs in which our students participate in during the year. Each year, most of our students either play on a sports team, are involved in a club, or are part of our excellent music and art programs. This is critical to the overall development of our students, and everyone involved talks about how lucky we are that this happens. They talk a lot about the different fields we play on, the gyms we play in, the money that we have to keep these up, to start new programs, and they wanted me to put a thank out Parks and Recs, the building and grounds, custodial staff, medical personnel, Board of Ed members, City Council, and all the others who help make these programs available for the kids. Thank you, and have a great night. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Horvath. Any questions?
Anybody?
Huh? Thank you, Mr. Horvath. Thank you for your time. All right, before we move along to number 19, I just want to go back to technology. We had acknowledged that technology had met, but I wanted to give the public an update on what happened just because Mr. Gavin isn't here. So we got an update on the iPad and docking station deployment in the schools. The high school rollout is complete. Discussed the rollout in the other schools. And I think the most important thing, initial feedback from the staff has been incredibly positive. So I think it's really working out well. Mr. Gavin was here, he'd be, because he was a very big proponent of that, and I think it's working out very well. So I did want to just put that out there before we moved along. All right, so then moving along to number 19 on the agenda, Assistant Superintendent for Personnel and Student Services, Ms. Stevenson.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My update will be brief. So I did just want to let you all know that we officially have our dog therapy program in all of our schools, including Pathways and Dream Academy. So it's going really well. They come weekly, and everyone has reported really positive feedback. So I just wanted to give you an update on that. So thank you for your support. My hope is to expand this to a dog in one of the schools all day, and then eventually in all of the schools all day. So I recently was able to attend a conference, and I was able to see a program, a school that has that model, and they had the dogs in the school throughout the whole day, and it was really great to see. So that's going to be my goal. So hopefully you'll support that as well. And I did want to let you know that I know the public has been asking about the Dream Cafe and if we're going to be open over the summer and when we're going to expand our hours to lunch. So Dr. Zito and I have been working on that. And we do have a plan in place, and I'm excited to let you know that very soon our hours will be expanded earlier in the morning so that people can come earlier than 8, even though we won't have kids, but that's okay. If they still want to get a cup of coffee and wait for the kids to come, they can. And we're going to be expanding our hours to have a full lunch, so that's going to be coming soon. We've had a lot of community support. We've had people getting orders catered, and it's just been going really, really well. So it's exciting to see this project grow. And then along those lines, Jillian Perlini, who's our drama club director, contacted me. She's also a teacher at Stevens Elementary School, and she contacted me and had gone to the Dream Cafe and really thought it was an amazing space. And the kids want to do a play. So we are doing a dinner theater. It's a mystery dinner theater on June 6th, and I have flyers. Now, that's the good news. The bad news is there's a limit to how many tickets people can buy because we have a capacity issue. So I can only let you buy 2 tickets. So I'm going to pass out the flyer. No pressure at all. If you can come, great. Dr. Zito will be putting the information in the weekly update tomorrow, and if you could just let him know, like in the next week or so, if you're going to be wanting to purchase your 2 tickets, then we'll get those tickets to you. And I anticipate it's going to be, we're going to have a taco bar, so it's going to be food, and the kids are going to put on a show, so I think it's going to be really great. And we've got kids that signed up to work, so there's going to be kids working that night, and they're really excited, and their parents are going to come too and see the play and see their children work. So I think this is going to be the first of many events like this, and we're very excited. So I'm going to pass these flyers out, and that concludes my report, so I'll be happy to answer any questions if anybody has any.
I don't know if you touched upon it. There was a conversation about potentially being open on Fridays at some point, too.
Yes. So yeah, we're working that out.
Looking to
Yep.
not only extending, right now we typically, it's 8 to 12. We're looking to have it stay open until 2 o'clock. So we can squeeze lunch in for people.
Yep.
And under serious progress towards opening Fridays.
Fridays, yeah.
So we're going to expand those hours.
The kids, as you've seen with many PowerPoints, go on their community activities on Friday. Is a very special, important day that we do not want to take away. However, not all the kids go, and some kids prefer, they don't want to go, so they can work. And we also, our Pathways kids have really, really embraced this and are working regularly, and that's been going really well. So our Pathways kids will be able to help us out on Fridays. So I do anticipate that that will happen soon.
And then as far as these tickets go, just to reiterate what Ms. Stevenson said, we have, Ron, probably, I think it's 86, correct, is the total capacity in that facility. And that includes individuals that are working in the kitchen, servers, performers for the dinner theater troupe. So, you know, this is why the seats are going to be limited. It's a tight area.
Sure.
What we are, every child that's involved in this event, either working or participating in the theater program, we're going to have 2 seats per kid for their family. And then we're going to offer the board 2 seats and the council 2 seats, and that pretty much fills up the capacity. So if you want them, you need to let me know, and then we'll go from there. We are asking that people pay for the seats to offset the cost of the meals and so forth. The prices, I think they're $20.
It's $20 a ticket, yeah.
Extravagant, but I know you're gonna get questioned in the community about this, and I want you to clearly understand a lot of thought went into this, but we can't have someone saying, well, I demand 12 tickets. Well, we can't do that for you because it's not fair to everybody else.
And some people might say something like, well, why weren't there multiple showings? And the amount of coordination to get the kids back, it's a lot of coordination. And keep in mind,
And the kids in the theater production themselves have busy lives too, so.
it's very hard to coordinate. It's a lot to coordinate everything. And we do have, there's multiple events going on. We're having field trips. Kids are coming for field trips. We're working on another event in June. There's a lot of coordination to all of these things. And especially when you do something outside of the regular hours, you have to pay staff. You have to, it's sometimes get transportation for the kids. It's not as easy as just, oh yeah, sure, let's do it. So it's definitely.
Excited about it, but we anticipate you may get.
Yep.
You may get some complaints about limited tickets, and there's only so much.
Yep. And we'll see how this goes, and then certainly we will do other, evening events. It's just we can't do them all the time, so it will be, yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Stevenson. Any other questions?
Just a
Mr.
couple,
Kosker?
a couple of quick comments, I guess. And Mark, you hit exactly what I was thinking is the expanded days for Dream Cafe too. So that's awesome. That I know it's in discussions. I know you've been saying that since the beginning, that it's a process, and we know that. So it's a process. And it's great to hear that already. Honestly, I didn't think it would happen this quick, expanding hours earlier in the day and later to the afternoon. So that's great, because we've had people that, like, hey, I want to go tomorrow morning, and then it's like, oh, it's Friday, or I can't make it there for 8. So that's awesome. So I think just on behalf of the other community members who've been asking, I really appreciate that, and the extension possible to other days of the week. So that's awesome, because I know it's a challenge. I've stopped by on occasion and got my little treat there. So it's great. And as far as the dinner theater, I think it's awesome. I think it's a great idea. And I think if we get complaints that people can't go, hey, that's good. We're doing stuff down there. So that just shows we're doing stuff. If people are complaining they can't go to an event, well, they can't go to an event. That doesn't happen. So these are events that we're planning and are happening. So I think that's awesome. So I think it's awesome. So thank you for that.
I just want to give Amy a shout out to the Dream Cafe. They did a wonderful, they did cater some baked goods at the open mic at GMS, and it was wonderful to see the community out and buying their goodies, and those S cookies are really good, by the way.
Yeah, it's really good. The product is
It's very good.
Very good. So, yeah. Thank you.
And I'll mention this in my update as well, but I might as well say it now because it relates to the Dream Cafe. Little League Challenger Day.
I was going to say that.
Yes. Dream Cafe, I made some calls today. The plan at this point is to offer breakfast from 8 to 10 out of the concession stand. I got one of the guys involved with Little League said we could get into the stand so that she can use that area with the kids.
Excellent.
Breakfast 8 to 10. They'll get out, and then we've got put an order in with Sodexo for lunch. So hot dogs and so forth will be a Sodexo order coming in on Challenger Day, but the Dream Cafe will be 8 to 10, coffee, pastries, and so forth.
And that's on June 9th. That's on June 9th. June 9th.
Rain date the following weekend. Hoping it doesn't rain on June 9th. As you know, the board, myself, we've historically been pretty involved with helping organize, get the word out about Challenger Day. It's a great thing at Miracle Field, at Elmridge Park, and we encourage people to come and cheer our kids on. It's an awesome opportunity. We also have, I confirm that Chompers, who is the yard goat mascot, will be there to assist with first pitch duties on June 9th.
That's awesome.
And we'll be raffling off some yard goats tickets as well.
Oh, cool.
I appreciate Mr. Slattery, Brian Dillon, our former chair, has been very involved with this program over the years. There's a lot of community support, and we just wanted to note that Dream will also be involved in that day.
And I will say I've been working with Mr. Dillon as well as Mr. Kosker with the Challenger, setting up Challenger Day. It's coming together really nice. It's looking like it's going to be a really great day. So everyone put it on their calendar. I think it's going to be a great day.
A lot of fun.
Is there a flyer for that event?
You know, I
It's being
texted
made.
today 'cause I
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on that.
From the Little League, Perhaps I can put an art student to work.
I spoke to Mr. Dillon today, and one is in the
Okay,
works, so it
okay.
should be, should
Okay.
be.
And we're working on,
Any issues with that, let us know.
yeah, we're working on getting a sign up for volunteers, because we always have members of the school community that want to volunteer that day, because it takes a lot of volunteers to run that,
Yes,
so.
yeah.
And we've had a little hiatus in having that day happen, kind of stopped during COVID, and then we're just really, this is the first year really getting it kicked in again in a big way. So, the connection to Dream Cafe is wonderful. So happy to hear that, and know a lot of good stuff, so thank you.
Very exciting. All right, moving along to agenda item number 20. Thank you, Ms. Stevenson. I think on behalf of the entire board, I think it's really exciting to hear the expanded hours and all of this kind of expanded stuff going on. It's very cool. So moving along to agenda item number 20, Assistant Superintendent for Finance and Operations, Mr. Zettergren.
Okay. In your board packet is the financial report reflecting year-to-date figures for the month April 30th, 2024. Again, I've highlighted some of the accounts that we'll keep an eye on as we move closer to our year end. We are currently in our benefits open enrollment period, which will conclude on Monday. This is the fourth year that we've utilized an automated process by having employees go into our web portal to make their benefit selections. The data can be sent to our benefit carriers electronically for processing. It also allows individuals to review and choose their benefit elections with important family members on a more interactive basis. The board does offer good benefits, so we like to highlight those to our employees when possible. Again, our auditors are scheduled to be in during the last week of June to start their preliminary work on our audit for the 23-24 fiscal year. They will be back in September for 2 weeks to conclude their work. Seems like they were just here yesterday, but it's a never-ending process. But that's where we are, and approaching the year end very quickly. It's moving fast. Be happy to answer any questions anybody may have.
Any questions for Mr. Zettergren? All right, seeing none. Thank you, Mr. Zettergren.
Thank you.
Moving along to agenda item number 21. Unfortunately, Dr. Leistro was not able to attend tonight, so we'll pass that along until the June meeting. And moving along then to agenda item number 22, Superintendent's Report, Dr. Zito.
All right, a couple of quick announcements. First of all, we were very happy to be informed that Rocky Hill High School continued its tradition of excellence as one of only 7 schools in the state of Connecticut to be recognized as a Project Lead the Way Distinguished School. So this is our engineering program. It's a fantastic program. Mr. Brown was here earlier. He really was kind of the father of this program, bringing it on board. He's retired now, still working at the high school in a different capacity. But the kids, it's a fantastic program. Some of the highlights I'll mention, engineering projects, collaborating with industry professionals, engaging in real-world problem solving. These are all critical components of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, and we could not be more proud of them. Again, one of only 7 in the entire state, and I want to shout out to Gabby Brzezowski, Jordan Shigell, and Ryan Ellis. Those are our teachers at the high school who do a great job with this program, and we're very proud of them. So I know I've seen many of you over the years at engineering night. Many of you have had kids in these classes, and the good work just continues there. So we're really, really proud of the efforts, and good kids very excited about engineering and potential career. So I want to mention that.
It's May 29th this year.
May 29th, okay. And usually Donald would always send me the date well in advance, but we'll get that out there. May 29th. Thank you for bringing that up, Ms. Manella. What time is that on May 29th?
I have it marked for 7.
7, okay.
But it could be earlier than that.
All right. Good to know.
Yep.
All right, couple other quick items. The School Safety Committee is going to meet on May 22nd. I talked about that earlier. That's at 7 o'clock because at 6 we have the National Honor Society situation going on at the high school. Those inductions that night, so I'm going to be bouncing around, so I put it for 7. But I know 7 o'clock also helps accommodate some of you with jobs, and work commitments, and so forth. So I also I'm glad you mentioned the 29th. because I'm looking at the 29th as the night to do the administrative appointments, because we're going to be bringing you multiple candidates for 2 administrative spots that the board is approving the budget choices. But it sounds like we have a conflict on the 29th, so I'll try to work around to another evening, circle back with Mr. Slattery. This is not a meeting we would normally have to post because these are executive level interviews, but we do convene the board. You run the we run the interviews with you. We ask you to then appoint at the June meeting. So more to come, but I've got to lock down a night there.
Okay.
So I will send out some feelers tomorrow, and if you can get back to me and let me know. Many of you have participated in these in the past. Some of you have not. But it's a night we're going to need you probably from, I would say, 6:30 till probably 8:30 or 9 o'clock on an evening to do these.
Just throwing out there, does June 5th work?
June 5th
It's
is
just getting
everyone-
close.
I'm flexible. It's
Is it
not
getting too
my
close to the
schedule,
12th?
It's everybody else's, and we'll see what
works
else
for
is
me.
on the calendar. But
I just figured I'd throw it out there, but
Yeah.
we don't have to do it right now. But
what I'll do is I'll get some dates out to the full board tomorrow, and if I would ask the board members to get back to me to try to confirm availability. Okay.
And our June meeting is the 20th, correct?
June meeting is the 20th, which is a couple days after graduation.
Graduation,
School
yeah.
ends on the 14th.
Let's get your invite.
I'll probably still
Right.
be crying.
Yeah, but we'd like, we need to get this scheduled because you have a duty to
Of course,
appoint 2 people into these vacancies.
certainly.
May I ask a question on that topic?
Sure.
The GMS assistant principal,
Yep.
will that,
That's already been, you eliminated the math position, so I transferred the person to that role.
oh, right, okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, moving along, other couple of updates here. I want to stress one last thing here. Prom, junior prom's tomorrow night. Senior prom's a couple weeks down the road. I say it every year. Mr. Fode actually brought a speaker in, brought in Sergeant Foss-Rugen to talk to the kids about safety. We just want to stress with our kids in particular and families, please make smart decisions. It's an exciting time of the year. It's awesome to see the kids getting dressed up for the prom, junior prom, senior prom, graduation. We're working with the parents on the car parade.
Thank you so much for that.
So there's a lot of cool things happening. We just want our kids to make smart decisions and be safe. I commend the Project Graduation parents for doing everything you can to keep everybody safe on that night. Mr. LaMontagne is here. He's kind of our jack of all trades. He's involved in a lot of these different things, helping out. But we really want to stress smart decision-making because every time of year, and I've been doing this a long time, there's stories from all over the country about auto accidents involving drinking and driving and teenagers. So I don't want to be putting a damper on things. I want the kids to have a great time. I just want them to be smart. So if you're listening tonight, talk to your kid about making smart decisions. I'm off my soapbox.
Thank you, Dr. Zito. Ms.
I just
Morphia?
had one thing that wasn't mentioned about the high school. There's the Halo Awards that the kids are going to be performing at, which is like the Tonys of the high school musicals. And our kids are going to be performing at that on the 31st of May. And we're still waiting this week for the nominations to see what they're being nominated for. So it's just a really cool honor for them. The kids worked so hard for it, and now they're in rehearsals trying to get ready for that performance. So, and it's going to be in Waterbury at the Crown Theater. Crown, yeah.
Is that
Pretty
in the
cool.
evening?
At the theater down there.
Isn't that the prom? Isn't that the
It's the
senior
same
prom?
day as the prom.
That's senior prom night, right?
Yeah. 31st.
That's the prom.
I'm sorry, is it the 30th? I'm sorry, is it 30th?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Yes.
the prom.
Prom's the 31st.
Halo Awards, 30th.
30th, yes. I have so many dates in my head, I'm sorry.
Palace Theater.
It's a busy time of year.
Palace.
I don't even know if I'm coming or going.
Jen, Palace Theater.
Palace Theater.
That's
Theater.
it, the Palace.
7 o'clock.
I knew it was
In
some
Waterbury.
royalty, Crown, Palace, I don't know.
All right, thank you, Dr. Zito. Moving along to agenda item number 23, Chairman's Report. Before I do my report, I did want to just read. Mayor Murata had intended to be with us tonight to congratulate the the students, to thank the staff. She was at the last minute not able to make it, but I did want to just read. She asked, will you kindly send my congratulations to all the recipients and let those who have enlisted in the military know how tremendously proud I am of them. Finally, please thank the retirees on behalf of the town for their service to the district. Thank you so much, in all caps. So I didn't want to yell that, but it's in all caps. So I did tell her that I would convey that message. So from there, I want to myself obviously thank all the teachers and staff. I mean, it's incredible looking at the careers that they've had, 38 years, 34 years, 25 years in the district. You know, it leaves me a little conflicted because obviously we want to wish them well in their retirement, and but at the same time you hate to lose them. So it's but in the end, they've certainly earned their retirement, and I think on behalf of the entire board, thank you for your dedication and service and helping to make the district what it is, and enjoy your retirements. Next, I wanted to congratulate all of the students, the valedictorian, salutatorian, the CABE student leadership. Also want to congratulate Mr. Kosker, whose daughter was a CABE recipient, and all the student scholars, and to thank the families. To echo what Mr. May said, it's you know, the family is an invaluable part of that success, and to ignore that would be ignorant. So thank you to all the families. Additionally, very proud of the three individuals who are going into who are making the military commitments. Certainly is a difficult decision to make at that age, and I just think it's commendable, and I'm very proud to have them coming from our community and making that commitment. And I thank them for their service in advance. Also want to thank Jen, Ms. Barron-Morphia, for that suggestion. I think it's a great idea. I think we should continue to do that going forward. Like I said, I think it's a tremendous decision to make at that age, and I think it should be recognized. So kudos on that, definitely. Also want to thank the SROs, the Rocky Hill PD in general, the state police, the administration, the teachers, and the staff. We've had some issues that obviously everyone's been made aware of, particular with the bomb threat. It sounds like the drills and the preparation that has been done in the schools really executed flawlessly in that instance. And so, as we said, there'll be a school safety meeting on the 22nd, 7 o'clock at Mosier, to kind of discuss all of that. But it really sounds like, I know my two kids are both at GMS, and they said it wasn't over, you know, it went the way, it was the first time that they had been in a situation that was not a drill, and they said it went very well. They said the only thing that kind of scared them was they'd never seen Mr. Maziar's run. But then they got over it, and it was, I think they were more kidding anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to give that shout out. Additionally, I wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Foti. I was able to attend the Scholars Dinner with Mr. Kosker was there, Mr. Clemens, Mr. Shabra. It was a really great dinner. It was at Casa Mia here in Rocky Hill. It was great. It was to honor the top 20 Rocky Hill High School students. They all were given an opportunity to kind of give a little spiel of where they're going and what they've learned. It was really very cool, and I hope that that's something that we're going to continue as well, and I think it is something that we're going to continue. The feedback was tremendous, and it was really cool to see the students, and to give them an opportunity to kind of be the center of attention after working so hard. So it was very nice. Other than that, I'm excited as we approach the end of the school year. Obviously, it gets very busy, but there's a lot of exciting things going on. Wish everyone a safe, to echo some of Dr. Zito's sentiments, a safe and fun prom season. You know, decisions that we make, some of those decisions can last a lifetime. So just everyone have a fun and safe prom season. I look forward to seeing everyone at the Rocky Hill High School graduation, CCSU, on June 18th. This will be my first time with it being at CCSU, so I'm kind of excited at that. Since I've been on the board, it was at Yard Goats. So Excited to be in air conditioning.
every year.
And not baking in the sun.
I'll be there with tissues.
The last thing with that BAPS charities, during the recess, I spoke with the individual who was running it, and he indicated the best way to do it is if you just Google BAPS charities Hartford, it should come up. Also, it's under 2 mile walk run, so it's very doable for. For anybody. You could do it with a stroller, you could do it with your kids. Sounds like a really good event. So, and he indicated this is the first time they're bringing it back. They've been doing it in Newington, but this is the first time they're bringing it back to Rocky Hill. So it'd be nice to have a good showing. So I'm certainly going to try to make it if we can fit it in between soccer games and all that other fun stuff that's going on. So other than that, I have nothing further. Does anybody have any questions for me? With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Moved by Ms. Tucker,
Second.
seconded by Ms. Baron Morphia. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it 7-0 at 8:55. We are adjourned.